Hello everybody. Today, I'm going to be talking about episodes 11 and 12 of Superman and Lois. Let's go. So, since in episode 11 we get Clark in Metropolis, we get reporter Clark wearing the sports jacket that I wore when I reviewed the first episode. Since then, I've worn the flannel to be more Smallville Superman, but here we get reporter, Metropolis, Daily Planet, Superman, Clark Kent, and so got this going on now. So I'll start out talking about episode 11, and I think people have called this episode filler, and I kind of see how people could say that. It definitely takes things, it slows things down. It doesn't really deal with the plot of, the overall plot of the season. It just kind of focuses a lot on Superman's origin story, meeting Lois, Clark and Lois love story. It kind of deals more with that. Towards the end, it does have some big moments in the plot of the season, but for the most of the episode, it's just really going through Clark's memories and kind of showing his origin story and stuff. So I could see how that could be seen as filler, but I think that even if it is filler, it's good filler. It's interesting filler that you like seeing. I think that it was cool seeing how this show portrays Superman's origin story, showing him learning how to use his powers at the Fortress of Solitude, and then going back to Smallville, and then going to Metropolis, and starting to work at the Daily Planet, and how it doesn't focus a lot on Superman in Metropolis. It focuses more on Clark in Metropolis meeting Lois and their love story, and we're kind of just hearing through that the effects of Superman now being making his appearance, making himself known in Metropolis, being starting to be the hero there. We kind of hear just the effect of that with stuff that Lois says, but we don't really see a lot of Clark as Superman, doing Superman stuff in Metropolis. It's just it's more focused again on Clark and Lois's relationship and again their love story. And I thought that was cool to see, just the different points in their relationship. With having Clark reveal to her that he's Superman, having them get married, having them find out that she's pregnant and that they're having twins and the twins are born, and all that stuff. I think that was cool to see. I liked that they slowed it down to show all that stuff, and then of course we find out that what's really happening here is Morgan Edge is going through Clark's memories to kind of figure out more about him, and to figure out why he has such a big connection with humans, what his connection is to Earth, because he doesn't understand why he has such a big connection, so much that he's turning his back, the way he sees it, turning his back on Krypton, on the Kryptonians, his own people, to save humans. Morgan Edge doesn't understand the connection there that Clark has, so that's what he's trying to figure out. In doing so, he obviously finds out that Clark Kent is Superman, and he finds out about his family and everything. And so then we go into he starts threatening Clark. He starts threatening his family, saying if he doesn't join him, he's gonna kill his family. And so at first, Superman's like, no, I'm not joining you. That's never gonna happen. And then Edge takes the crystal that that Superman's father, Jor-El, his consciousness is in, crushes it. So now, I guess, as of now, Clark has no access to his father anymore. And so then we get this cool battle between them in the Fortress of Solitude. And it gets to this point, Morgan Edge knocks Superman out, flies off. And then we see, back in Smallville, how everybody is reacting to the events of episode 10. We see that Kyle is kind of like, everybody in Smallville is going to be looking for somebody to blame, and they're going to be looking at me. You know, I vouched for Morgan Edge this whole time, and because he was in Smallville, everybody got their mind controlled by Kryptonians, and so they're going to be blaming me. And then we see what's happening with John, Jordan, and Sarah. Jordan and Sarah end up deciding they want to be together, and they kiss. So, again, I like their relationship. I like what they're doing with them. Yeah, so that was cool to see them finally decide to get together. And then Lois, Jonathan, Jordan, they go back to their house, and Morgan Edge is there. And so he starts attacking them. Jordan tries to use his heat vision to fight him, but doesn't work. He gets blown back, and he's about to kill all of them. Then Superman comes, and he's like, all right, I'll join you. And so Morgan Edge takes Superman to his fortress in the desert, and we kind of see how Morgan Edge found his Fortress of Solitude, and him meeting his father. We see, the flashback of that, and then basically turns Superman evil. That's at least what it looks like at the end of the episode. He turns Superman evil, and Lois calls John Henry Irons, saying basically, "You're right. Superman's been turned. We need you to come help us. What happened on your Earth is happening here. So, yeah, we need you to come help us." And that's where the episode ends. And so now I'll go into episode 12, and I'll start out by talking about the Cushing family plotline, where, just as Kyle said in the previous episode, everybody in Smallville is blaming him for what happened. What happened in Smallville in episode 10, where Morgan Edge mind controlled everybody, put Kryptonian sentience into them. They all blame Kyle. They seem to blame not just Kyle, but also Lana and Sarah and the whole family. They pretty much blame the whole family for what happened, and they return home and they see people spray painted stuff on the side of their house saying, "Leave Smallville immediately." And I think that was I like that they kind of showed that they didn't just kind of leave it as like yeah, everything was fine, people got mind control, they were just over it, they're fine. Like, they kind of showed sort of what would happen in real life, that they're going to be blaming somebody, and they're blaming the guy who vouched for Morgan Edge the whole time, even though he realized that he was wrong to do that, and he was victim of this also. He was also had Kryptonian sentience put into him, but they're all blaming him. So I like that they explored that, and I also like that we kind of get a nice bonding moment with the Cushing family, with them, they're cleaning off the spray paint, and then they kind of do the cliche, whenever there's a family and somebody is holding a hose, you have to have them spray somebody else. So they have, they kind of have a fun fight with that of, spraying each other with the hose and throwing soap on each other. So that was cool. I liked seeing that. I think they're doing a good job with following the Cushing family throughout it and showing them get closer as a family as the show goes on. So now I'll move on to, we get John Diggle this episode. That was cool to see him. Kind of makes me wish I wasn't only on season 6 of Arrow. I kind of got nervous when I saw him in the thumbnail for the episode. I was kind of like, uh-oh. Like, I'm only on season 6 of Arrow. Hopefully I don't get too much spoiled for me. And luckily, I didn't get too much spoiled. Not really. I didn't really get anything spoiled for me that I didn't already have spoiled for me. Namely, Oliver's fate. Kind of already got that spoiled. So, I already knew about that. So that wasn't, when Diggle's like Oliver would have. Oliver, I don't know, he says something about Oliver in like a past tense, so kind of inferring that Oliver's dead. And so I kind of knew that already. I knew that happens later on. So I didn't really get much spoiled. I guess sort of. I got spoiled that Diggle survives and Lila survives the rest of the show. So I guess that's kind of spoiled, but I wouldn't really expect them to die anyway. So luckily I didn't get too much spoiled with Diggle being there. And it was cool to see Diggle there, because again, I'm on season 6 of Arrow, so it's cool to see a familiar face here. I just hope that it doesn't connect to Flash at any point. I hope that Barry doesn't show up at some point and I get some stuff spoiled for Flash. Hopefully it stays just a standalone thing, at least for this season. So, yeah. It was cool to see Diggle, though. Then we also get this plot line with John and Jordan. Jonathan gets Jordan to use his super hearing to find where their father is, and at first he's not able to do it, but Jonathan gives him a pep talk, like, you can do it, and so he keeps trying. Eventually he's able to hear Superman screaming his name, and he's like, he figures out where he is, and I like that. This really shows that Jonathan is a good brother. I think they do a good job with him throughout the show of having, showing him as, just a really good brother to Jordan, and Jordan pretty often not being a great brother to him. But I just like that in this moment they really show that Jonathan as this good brother to Jordan, giving him the confidence to be able to use his super hearing to find their father. We also get this plot line with John Henry Irons and Lois, where John Henry Irons is basically just wants to kill Superman. He thinks that, that's the only chance they have, and Lois, since that's her husband, she's like, no, don't kill him. There's still hope. There's still hope for him to still be him, even if he's turned evil. There's still hope for him. You should try to get his mind straight, not just kill him. And at first he's like, no, I'm just gonna kill him. I'm killing him. That's the only chance this Earth has. That's what I should have done on my Earth, and so we just need to kill him now and, stop this from the start. And so eventually Lois decides to tell him who Superman actually is, that Superman is Clark Kent, her husband, and that's why she doesn't want him to kill him. But this changes nothing for him. John Henry Irons is still like, no, we have to kill him. That's the only chance this Earth has. And so meanwhile, at Morgan Edge's fortress, we find out that they're trying to put General Zod's sentience into Superman's body, and that's where the whole evil Superman thing is coming from. They're putting General Zod's consciousness into him, and if you've watched my reviews of Superman and Lois, you've known I've kind of had a roller coaster with thinking General Zod was going to be in the show. You know, at the end of the third episode, when it was revealed that there's other people with Superman powers in Smallville, I was like, they're going General Zod, aren't they? And then we obviously find out that they're not. And I was happy that they weren't, because we've gotten General Zod a few times in live action. We've gotten him in Superman 2 and Man of Steel. And so I didn't really want to see him again. And so I was happy they weren't doing him. They find out that it was just Morgan Edge giving people powers. But then we find out Morgan Edge is a Kryptonian. I was like, they're doing General Zod again, aren't they? And then we find out that it's not General Zod. It's Superman's half-brother. And yeah, it's not General Zod. And I was like, okay, I wouldn't have been mad if they did that, but I'm glad that they're not. And then here, we find out they're doing General Zod, but not like normal General Zod, where, that we've seen in Superman 2 and Man of Steel, where he's the last Kryptonian and he is coming to attack Earth with his two other Kryptonian henchmen and stuff. It's not that, it's General Zod's consciousness being put into Superman, and I like that better. So at first, Superman's kind of fighting off the General Zod's consciousness, but eventually he has to give in, and General Zod's consciousness is now in Superman's body. And so, then we get this battle between John Henry Irons' Steel versus Superman, or General Zod's consciousness, and Superman. And that was cool to see them battle again. And it was cool that, like, this time, John Henry Irons is on our side, and Superman is evil. I like the switch there, whereas, prior times they fought, we were rooting for Superman, and John Henry Irons was the bad guy, but here it's flipped, so I like seeing that. But then we get to this point where he's about to kill Superman, but then he remembers what Lois told him. He decides he's going to try to get him to remember his family, get him to, kind of giving him a pep talk to fight off the consciousness, to fight to get back to his family. And at first, even Superman's like, just do it, just kill me, you gotta do it. And I was like, no, remember your family, fight this off, you can do it. You can, gain control of your consciousness again and go and save your family and everything. And so, he's able to do it. And now we have Superman back, which, I feel like I wish that they let that go for a little bit longer, that they had, like, let the whole General Zod and Superman's body go a little bit longer, maybe have, like, one more episode, like the end of next episode, have him turn back. I wish that we got a little bit more time with evil Superman. It's still cool that we get him turn back here. I'm fine with that, but I just kind of wish that that we got a little bit more time. But then Morgan Edge, since he realizes that his plan failed and Superman has now gained complete control again and General Zod is gone, he takes the pod thing that I guess has all of the Kryptonian sentience in it, takes it, flies off. We Superman and Steel start flying after him. He flies up into space and then kind of basically does what Superman did at the end of episode 10. He releases all of his energy into the pod, and it explodes, and he falls down to Earth, and he gets captured by the Department of Defense. And we'll get back to that in a second, but then Superman returns to his family, and we get a nice family moment here. We get a nice moment where General Lane apologizes for not having hope that Superman would be able to fight off the consciousness that, he was basically on the same page John Henry Irons was. He was like, yeah, we have to kill Superman. I don't want to kill my son-in-law, but he's, if worst comes to worst, and seems like worst has come to worst, we're gonna have to kill him. And so he apologizes for not having hope, and we just have a nice family moment here. But then we get to the final scene. Morgan Edge is locked up, and then he hears some voices. We hear some voices that I guess are in his head, and I guess what happened here was he now has all of the Kryptonian sentience in his brain. That's what it seems like happened. And I guess we're gonna have a moment where, in the final episode, Superman's like, I am all of the humans, and he's like, and I am all of the Kryptonians, and, very much like, Rise of Skywalker, the whole, I am all the Sith, and I am all the Jedi thing, yeah. So, I guess we'll get that, at some point. I guess that's what happened here, so. And I guess since Morgan Edge is locked up now, I'm assuming we're gonna get a bit of like slower episodes for the next few episodes. It'll kind of focus again on just the family drama stuff, and less on go. But of course, I've been predicting that for the last few episodes, so I don't know what's gonna happen at this point. But I'm excited. Whatever happens, I'm excited for it. And I think that these 2 episodes were great. I think episode 11 did a good job at slowing things down, and a good job at portraying Superman's origin and Clark and Lois' love story, and making that interesting, just on its own, without even having the whole thing where it's revealed that Morgan Edge is actually behind it all, and like actually really connecting it to the main storyline. Even if they didn't do that, I would have been fine with it. I enjoyed it anyway. I know some people have called it filler, but I think it worked fine on its own, so I really enjoyed it, and episode 11 did a good job at doing the evil Superman storyline. I wish it went on for a little bit longer. I wish it wasn't wrapped up here, but I still think they did a good job with it. And yeah, I really enjoyed these 2 episodes. Please comment below your thoughts on the episodes, and remember to give this video a like, subscribing to the channel, and maybe check out some of my other videos. And with that said, that's a wrap.